The double second steel pan. Now, this one is one of my favorite instruments as it is very versatile. It can do a lot of different things. So we're going to talk about the ranges, roles, and functions of the double second steel pan. My name is Dike Samai. Welcome to Pan Arranging with Dike Samai. Let's get into it. So similarly, with the double tenor and the tenor, there are different variations of the same instrument. It's the same thing with double seconds. And there are three most common types of double seconds. You will meet the low E double seconds, the low F double seconds, or the low F sharp double seconds. That simply means that the lowest note on the pan is E, F, or F sharp, respectively. So the range of the low E seconds goes down from a low E, an E3 below middle C, all the way up to a high B. Right? The low F pan goes down from low F, which is F3, all the way up to C5. And the last one, F sharp, the low F sharp double seconds goes from low F sharp 3 all the way up to C sharp 5. Now, because the double seconds and the double tenor have very similar ranges, their roles and functions could overlap somewhat. So similarly, as the double tenor could double the melody at pitch or down the octave, or could harmonize below the melody, the double seconds could do the exact same thing as well. The main difference, I would say, between the double seconds and the double tenor is the tone, is the timbre of the instrument. Because tenors and double tenors have the sound of the instrument rings more, right? It's a kind of pingy sound to it, but the double seconds has a more covered sound, so it doesn't really ring as much. And that covered tone, that covered timbre, lends itself as a bridge between the frontline section and the middle section, because the tone or the timbre of the middle section is similar to that of the double seconds in terms of it being covered. So as we said, the double seconds accompanies more than double tenor. There are different types of accompaniment that you would find double seconds doing. The main one, of course, is strumming. We all know that one. The pa-da-da, 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 or pam 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 pam, or pam pam pa-da-da, pam pam pa-da-da. Those are the very common strumming patterns that we hear. The other type of accompaniment is arpeggiating, which is breaking up the notes in a chord. So let's say your chord is C major, C, E, G, C. Instead of trying to strum the notes at the same time, you play them one after the other. So that's another type of accompaniment pattern that we see on double seconds. And then the easiest one to do is to simply just roll the chords as accompaniment to the front line. Now, as you said, because the timbre of the instrument is similar to the middle section of the orchestra, it blends nicely when they have to double the middle section with cello solos or middle section solos or phrases. So it's a very versatile instrument. It could play melody, it could play harmony, it could strum accompaniment, it could play counter melodies, it could play cello solos, and even in rare cases, it could double bass solos as well. I've actually played double seconds where I was doubling the bass solo. So it's a very, very, very versatile instrument. That's why you see a lot of soloists play double seconds as opposed to double tenor. And one of the cool things and the easy things about double seconds is that the chromatic scale is alternate pans, meaning that, let's say we start from F sharp is here, G is here, G sharp, A, B flat B, C, C sharp, D, E flat E, F, etc. So if you need to play a chromatic scale, which is very common in pan music, it's very easy. Just pa, 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 pa. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. So you would find a lot when when you have section practice and there are chromatics that need to be played, and you find the double tenor players are, it's a bit difficult. Tenor players are a little bit difficult, but double second players, we just glide in. It's very, very easy. However, because of that pattern, you need to know what types of chords, what the different types of chords, and how they are the hand movements for those chords. You need to know, just like the double tenor, what they are on the double seconds. Because just because chromatics are easy on a double seconds means that minor thirds are also easy on that means that minor thirds are also easy. So like E and G, F and G sharp, F sharp and A, G and B flat, G sharp and B, A and C, etc. They are all on alternating pans, so it's very easy to play. However, if for some reason you have to go up diminished fifths, let's say C and F sharp, and then C sharp and G, it's going to be very difficult, because that now 2 notes 1 pan, 2 notes 1 pan, 2 notes 1 pan, 2 notes 1 pan, and that makes it more difficult to play quickly. So again, just like I said with regards to the double tenor, it goes across the board with all the instruments. You need to know the pattern of the notes on the instrument and which chords work and which chords don't work. That way you will know what to give the instrument, what not to give the instrument, and how to balance all those decisions with the other instruments of the orchestra. So it's a lot of decision making and problem solving that you have to do as part of being an arranger. It's not just writing music, it's how exactly am I going to get the sound I want from the instruments that I have, played by the players that I have, and then somehow get the best sound. It's an interesting process, arranging. So we spoke about the double seconds today, a very versatile instrument. We said that it has very similar rules and functions to the double tenor pan, in fact similar ranges as well. But because of the covered sound, the covered timbre of the instrument, there is a distinction between the two instruments, and because of that covered sound, it lends itself nicely as a bridge between the front line and the middle section. So that's it for the double seconds, the ranges, rules, and functions. So that we actually completed the frontline section. We talked about the tenor, we talked about the double tenor, we talked about the double seconds. Next, we go on to the middle section, or the mid section of the orchestra, the guitars and cellos. So in the next video, we're going to talk about the double guitar, ranges, rules, and functions. So that's going to be an interesting topic. So I hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to make sure you are aware when I upload a new video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.